Alright, this tutorial is about adding effects and transitions in Premiere Pro. So if we go to our project, then this is what you'd normally see. Your files are over here, there's your timeline, you have your source footage over there. We click on effects, and you have audio effects, audio transitions, video effects, and video transitions. So video transitions, all you do is you take it and you drag it in between two clips on the video side, on video whatever, video 1, 2, 3, whatever you're dealing with. And you'll see that they will fade over top of each other. It's just like any other clip though. You can go to the edge and make the transition longer, shorter, whatever you want to do there. Also, when you double click on a transition, it gives you some options over here. So I'll show you one that's maybe a little better. Let's try a slide. Let's try a push slide. Drag it in between these two, and that'll push. You can see this line here. One clip is pushing the other one over. Whoop. So when we double click on it, we can go here and let's just go here, boom, and you can make a border, and you can change the color of the border just like anything else. And then now as we go through the same thing, you can see the border kind of pushes it over instead. That's it for transitions. Same thing for audio transitions. You just drag it in on the audio layer this time and you'll fade the clips together. Effects are a little more complicated. For audio effects, I have no idea what any of these things really are, so I'll come back to them, but they're the same as video. So once you just click it and you drag it onto the audio side, and then you're going to go to effect controls over here again. But I'm not going to deal with any audio ones. They work the same way as the video ones. I'll just show you video effects. So let's maybe go image control. Let's just drag one that everyone would kind of recognize, black and white. You just click it and you drag it on the clip. So now when we see this clip, it's black and white, but maybe you don't want it full black and white, or you want to change some things. So when you drag it in, for any clip, if you go to effect controls while you're clicked on the clip, then your black and white effect will show up over here. Now black and white, it doesn't have any options with it, but let's say we wanted to add, where is it? Edge feather. So I would click and I would drag in edge feather onto my clip, and then it'll show up over here as edge feather. Now you see that shows up as well, but edge feather has a little triangle next to it, so it's a drop down menu. So you can change your edge feather. You can have it big time, just a little bit. You can go like this, right on the button, right on the number again. You can click and drag, or you can type the number in just like anything else. Let's say I want to add one more thing. So I forget where it was in here, but before I added emboss. So if you see here, this effects is lit up. So let's say you go, I don't really like the black and white. So you can just get rid of it and have it go back to normal. And then I dragged in emboss before, so it's already in here. So I can go back to emboss. And again, it's got a little triangle, so you can change the emboss. So you can mess with some of these to figure out what you actually like and pick the look that you want, if that's what you want. If you don't want emboss, then again, you just click the FX button and it's gone. But for our sake, I'm going to leave it like that. There's some natural effects that show up as well, and they are motion. So I'm going to give you the examples over here. On maybe this clip right over here. So the natural ones that show up, if I click on this clip, the natural ones that show up are motion, opacity, time remapping. Don't worry about time remapping right now. Let's just open up opacity and motion. So within motion, we can change the position. So maybe I want to go, again, you can click on this and drag it and move it, but those numbers are pretty complicated numbers. So you can also just double click on it and you can move. So right now I double clicked on the text, so I can move that, and then I can double click on and I can move that over. So you're like, well, why would you want to do that? there's many reasons why you want to place something. Could be a smaller icon like this that you want to move, or maybe you want to change the size of your actual footage. So you can click on it and shrink the footage down too, and then maybe you want stop over there and the footage over there, you know, whatever. And then something else that's important to know there is that maybe your footage that you import, you have different kinds of footage from different cameras. So maybe it comes in as a smaller resolution like this. So the opposite works too, that you go into motion, you go into scale, and it might say 100% already, but it's small like this, and then you just increase it to 200% or whatever, so it fills your frame. So it matches the size of your other footage, that it fills the whole window. Okay, another one, rotation, you know, same as normal, you just rotate it where you want it. And then opacity, you can do it on the yellow line like I showed you before. You can drag this down and it'll change right on here, or you can go right in here and you can change it as well. I'll put it back up to 100. And then there's this blend mode thing. If there's nothing behind your blend mode, it's not going to blend mode into anything. But let's use blend mode with our text here. So I'm going to move this stop up there, and then I'll open up opacity. We'll go to, you know, I'm going to make this 200 just for the sake of it, because it looks really ugly. And then I'm going to go to blend mode on my stop sign here. I'm going to bring it all back upright so I can show you that. Maybe multiply, and it'll do something there. Each one has its own thing. So if you wanted to do something where you can see through the text and then the action's happening in the text, you'd use a blend mode. If you won't, you know, and then each of them has their own sort of thing that goes with it. They all look kind of different. So let's try one more, soft light. So my favorite right now is just multiply, because I can see, that's the one where you can see through. And later on I'm going to show you how to make keyframes and make this go from big to small, or small, the title like be small and then rise up big right in front of you, or zoom across the screen, or take this clip and spin it around and make it then full screen. We'll show all that using keyframes in clip animation. But that is the basics of adding transitions, audio and video, and then effects, audio and video. That's it.